What's up, everybody? Today I am with Joe Martinez.
What's up, guys?
Co-founder of OC Reign Basketball, and we're going to talk about your passion, how to channel that through your business. So Joe, because I know you're a business owner, your passion is basketball. How did you channel that passion through your business?
Man, that's a tough one. I mean, I think my biggest passion for me was like wanting to teach people what I've learned for so long, you know? Like I felt like if I didn't provide this value to people, that it would be like a shame to them. Like I would be like, you guys need to have this knowledge that I have, because if you don't, it'd be me hiding and I probably wouldn't flourish because I'm not sharing all this knowledge I have, you know?
Right.
So it's like, if I wouldn't have done it, I would have felt bad.
Right, exactly. Because that's what you love to do, right?
Right.
And you want to share that with others.
And I mean, I'd love to do it, but at the same time, like if they didn't have the knowledge is what I'm saying. Like if they didn't have the tools that I could teach them, then it'd be like, dang, I'm really not gonna make their life better because I know all this stuff, and it's gonna be like, they're gonna miss out. I felt like, you know? Like they're gonna miss out on the stuff that I would have had the opportunity to learn for like 15 years, you know?
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think one of the, and then on top of that, like you mentioned passion, you know, I think, if I wasn't passionate about it, I honestly probably wouldn't be doing it, because in order to grow a business to a successful company or, you know, generate some type of revenue, it would be important to, you know, to do that, to have passion to what you're doing, you know?
Exactly. Because those late nights, you know, whenever you're stuck in a rut, I mean, I'm sure you've gone through the same thing. Whenever you've gone through failure and whatever else, I mean, what's going to be the main thing that's going to keep driving you for your business? Your passion, right?
For sure.
So do you have an example or a time when your passion is what really drove you through something to take that next step in your business?
For sure. I mean, like, especially developing the whole company from scratch, I mean, it's very tough because you have to like put all this framework in place, and that takes hours upon hours upon hours of work and testing and doing so many things.
Right.
And you know, sometimes I would get to a point where I didn't even want to do it anymore. I didn't want to do it anymore, but like it would just get so frustrating because there's just, you know, there's so much stuff to do, and it felt like there was never light, you know, outside of the tunnel.
Right.
But that passion, you know, that I went into business with drove me through that tunnel, really, you know, and you know, I'm still kind of in that tunnel right now. I mean, I'm still working through things, I'm still testing things, I'm still, you know, creating, you know, different processes and things like that. But, you know, it's that passion at the end of the day that kind of gets me through it. So. Right,
exactly. So for anyone that has a passion and wants to basically start some sort of business, do you have any tips on how they can use that passion to funnel their business when they're just starting out? Oh
yeah, for sure. You know, obviously we talked about passion. It's, you know, probably the, you know, key ingredient to building a business. But I think, you know, on the other side of that passion also comes intent, you know, like when you're building a business, you know, what's the intent behind you actually wanting to do this business? Do you want to do it, you know, for material possessions? Do you want to do it for cars? Do you want to do it for women? Do you want to do it for, you know, to go party with your buddies? Do you want to do it for all these, you know, exterior reasons, rather than legitimately providing value for someone else's, you know, life? You know, whether it's a service, a product, is it going to make their life better? Is it going to make in some way, you know? And are you going to, you know, impact their lives in some way that's going to, you know, alter how they do stuff in their life, basically?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just basically what you're saying is it's really important to provide value to others if your passion is strong for what you're doing.
I think honestly, like the more value you provide, like even if you're a competitive business market or whatever, like if you're passionate about it, you have good intent, and then you provide as much value as you can, and then communicate it to them like, hey, this is how much value I have in what I'm selling, and the price point doesn't line up for what you're selling, it's like way more, then they're probably gonna go with you. I mean, it's just probably inevitable. So I just think about it like this: even if you're putting, you know, all your effort and energy into a product, in that product, obviously there's going to be something that you can perfect in that product to make it more valuable to a person. Maybe you're going to have, you know, a first version of a product then you can have a second version of a product that's even better. So it's like kind of a modification of that one product that you made. Same thing with the service. Like, okay, let's say for instance you're doing massages, right? Okay, you're doing a massage, but what can you do to grow yourself that's going to provide more value in that massage? Like, can you do another technique in a massage? Can you go deeper? Can you use your hands differently? Do you have more knowledge of the body to actually help them out? Like stuff like that. Same thing, like me as a basketball trainer, like, yeah, I'm a basketball trainer. I can provide value. I can help the kid. I can help a player. I can help a pro player. I can do whatever. But am I continuing to grow to provide more value to them so that way when they come back and see me, I have more tools to share with them? You know what I mean? Same thing with you with videography. Like, okay, you got a camera. Okay, okay, are you going to get another lens to make the video look better?
Right.
Or are you going to get another tool that comes out to help and add more value to make your product seem more perceived as a better product?
Exactly.
Yeah,
you're
so
right.
it's constantly growing and just adding a ton more value. So that product or service that you're doing is better every single time, and it's constantly getting better. And I think, the more and more it gets better, the more and more you're going to flourish, really.
Exactly. And that's very true, because for me personally, the last thing you want your customer or yourself to get hung up on is the price of things. Because if you're able to, let's say for me, I'm very passionate about my trade and I like videography. And I know if I really want to keep progressing, then I have to continue to invest back in myself and get better gear. Videography, cinematography isn't, it's not cheap. If you really want to produce really good stuff, you have to invest back in yourself and get better gear each and every time.
And if you're doing a service, you don't even have to invest money. You just have to invest time. And
Exactly.
you want to learn more.
Right,
That's
exactly.
it.
Yeah, that's all it is.
You want to grow, really.
Right, exactly. It's all about growth, right?
Right.
And when dealing with customers, like you said, you want to provide, you don't want them to focus on the pricing. You want to continue to provide more value to them because that's more important.
But the thing is that I think you can provide the value, but it's communicating to them in some way that's going to make them say like, holy crap, like this guy's providing me with a lot of value.
Right. Communication is key. Yeah.
Like whether it's like through a brochure, through a flyer, through a video, which is important, like whatever you're doing, just depicting what you're doing in a way that's going to make it seem like, wow,
right,
that's what I want to buy.
Right.
And if you provide more value, it just works out. But it's got to be communicated in a way that that makes your consumer, not think twice to buy what you have.
True. That's very true. Perfect. So you heard it here. Joe shared his take on passion and how that has driven him. Hopefully it's helped you guys. Thanks again for watching. I will put Joe's info down below in the description. Check him out. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
See you guys.